Hey everybody, it's Tuesday evening, and actually it's Wednesday evening, and this arrived yesterday, but I just didn't have the energy to get around to do anything about it till tonight. Um, it is called the UUZHEDC Magnetic Linkage Fidget Slider. If you look it up on AliExpress, you want to look it up under the spelling of JUZHEDC. For some reason, they start it with a J. And for some reason, it's spelled this way here and totally different on the side. So mine's apparently a 67, if that means anything. I do like it so far. Real quickly, it's made by almost certainly by the same company that makes this. This was sold under the name UUZHEN, and it's a ball track slider with magnets. This one's stainless. It comes in other variation, different metals, and fiberglass or G10. And I did a review on this, so you could look that up separately. We won't get into details of that one. But this one's pretty interesting. It has 5 magnets on this side and 5 magnets on this side, and they can all be rearranged in different ways with some set screws. And it arrived in the mail. And it can't. There's a diagram on the AliExpress sellers site that I will post at the very end of this video, so you can see it shows at least 6 different configurations. And the one that it's currently in is called the staggered linkage. And what that means is that there's 3 on one side and 2 on the other side, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. But what's interesting, now I added this. This did not come with the paracord lanyard bead. That's titanium too, but you almost need to have something on there to get a good grip on it. What it does in this configuration kind of moves the bottom piece in the opposite direction as the top piece, and that's pretty satisfying all by itself. I can only imagine what else it might do with all the configurations. To take it apart, you know what? Before we take it apart, let's quickly cover what it came with, what it didn't. This is what it is. This is what I put on it. In the box, we have this nice little leather pouch. Not leather, it's faux leather. These spare parts, a T6 Torx, magnets, N35s and N52s, so 2 different strength magnets, extra balls in either nylon or Teflon, a non-magnetic chain, 2 brass rings, a calling card, 2 stickers, and a QC, and then a little length of paracord. So that's quite a bit. I was quite impressed with that. This was going to be a really long video, and then I ran into these extra parts and decided, nope, I'm not going to do the whole thing. This could get out of hand really quick. So I got a couple extra screws. That's nice. But it came with these little, what I would call encased spring-loaded bearings. I'm going to have to see how close I can get here. If you know what they are, you know. If you have for instance, a CP1, a Mackie CP1, or a Mackie CP5, well, those 2 for sure. They use encased spring-loaded bearings like this. So the little bearing on top is springy, and it's in a nice cylindrical shape, machined cylinder, and that will drop into a little pocket in here. So you've already got 5 magnets on top and 5 magnets on the bottom, and those can be configured in every way you can think of. I'll just give you a quick glance at this. We'll put this up at the end so you can get a good look at it. But like here are the configurations. Just that part right there. There's 6 different configurations of how just to do the magnets. And that doesn't include these 2 little pieces. Now to get this apart, it's not unlike the latest release from 01 EDC. I noticed these slide both back and forth, both in full direction. But if you try to lift them out, they don't want to come out. Move it all the other way, it doesn't want to come out. But if you get it close to the middle, it pops right out because there's a little keyway, and the bottom is exactly the same. So here's a quick look at the insides. We're not going to get into too much detail, but you can see there's room for 5 magnets on each side, and there's 4 screws, set screws, which hold those in place, and those can be arranged any way you like. Now, the most interesting part, these 2 holes right here. That's where I can drop in these spring-loaded bearings. So now those can either both face up, or they could face down, or one could face up and one could face down. We'll just leave it like this and try to keep it simple right now. But let me see what we got here. Whoops, I dropped one out. I dropped both out. No problem. No problemo. Whoop. No problemo, I said. There's 1. There's 2. Now I'm going to put this piece on top and then put this piece on the bottom. Now here's a quick tip. It matters. You see how there's a notch here? That lines up with this notch here. If you try to put this on this way, it's not going to work. This notch has to line up with this notch. So let's bring these together. Now they're together. The only difference is I've added those 2 little encased spring-loaded bearings. And now it's a whole different thing. I've got texture the whole way. It feels like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 clicks, 4 texturous clicks, along with that satisfying snap from the other side. And it still works this way. Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to go into too much detail with this. I just don't know what all I like and don't like about it yet. But it seems to be full of features and pretty well made. So, if you have any questions, as always, let me know, and I'll get back to you in the comments as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.